Hello friends, welcome to my show, Dr. Devindrasehrashow, and you have joined it. I'm grateful to that. Friends, it is really interesting to know that whenever we have to go to eat outside, there's a lot of discussion in the family regarding which restaurant should we go, whether we should go to a mall, we should go to a market. And we spend 15 to 20 minutes discussing it, where we should go. It is even more interesting to note that I made a video regarding role of artificial sweeteners in our diet, which leads to increased cardiac mortality and which may be leading to more diabetes as per as WHO guidelines. And surprisingly, the viewership of that two videos was less than that of a video of mine where it was a satire poem regarding relationship between a daughter-in-law and daughter with her husband. And I'll say it is most interesting to note that a younger generation, the modern generation who is so much Facebook savvy, who knows so much about WhatsApp and keeps on exchanging messages, is not aware what does Kachchi Ghani mean? What does cold compressed oil mean? What does refined oil mean? So I decided it better to have a video creating public awareness regarding differences between refined oil versus cold compressed oil versus Kachchi Ghani oil. It is a very important video and it should be important to all of us, whether young or old, who should know as to what they are eating and what their cooking oil is made of. So because nowadays we see so much of heart attacks occurring, so much of diabetes occurring even in younger generation, and a question comes in our mind whether these dietary changes are responsible for that or not, as is being said so much in literature. In our conferences on medicine, most of the doctors discuss that the prevalence of diabetes is increasing in the world because of dietary changes. But when we want to discuss about that, we lack awareness and we are not willing to do that. So that is the purpose of making this video. So I'll start with refined oils. What does a refined oil mean? A refined oil means that the basic chemical constitution of the food or seed has been changed in such a way that it becomes refined. And refined oil is manufactured in bulk by our multinational companies and by our big companies which supply to whole of India. And the motto of this refined oil manufacture is profit making. So attempt is made that these refined oils have a very long shelf life and they may not be having that nutritious value which otherwise they should be having. So what is done, because seeds are to be having maximum yield, what is done that seeds, whether of sarson, whether of peanuts, whether of mustard, they are subjected to so much of heat that maximum oil is extracted from that. Maximum. So the temperature may be 200 to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. So what does it lead to? It leads to a burnt smell in the oil. And it is not palatable. You can't even smell it. So this smell is removed from these oils by subjecting them to chemical processes where hexane is used, where nickel is used, and oil is extracted in such a way that there's no odor. Now, to make it long lasting, to have a long stable shelf life, and to decolorize it, a bleaching agent is used. So what is left is odorless, tasteless. I don't know whether nutritionless or not, but I have no idea what nutrition it is there in this liquid which we use in our kitchens, which is consistency wise as thin as water. Now, it is written on these oils that made with all scientific ways, and they contain the nutrition of seeds like omega-3 fatty acids, minerals, omega-6 fatty acids, their ratios. But nowhere it is mentioned that this consistency is of the seeds, the constitution is of the seeds or of the oil which has been made. The literature is silent on that. And it is interesting to note that on these bottles which are commercially available, it is written that Kachchi Ghani is just a trademark and does not reflect the true nature of the oil. So this point you should always note when you are buying it, whether it is a Kachchi Ghani oil or a refined oil, because a trade name has been taken of Kachchi Ghani, and even refined oils maybe are being sold in this way. This is my take on that. Now let us come to what is Kachchi Ghani. Kachchi Ghani is the same as what we call kolu ka bail, which used to keep on doing circles around an okhli and a musal, which were made of wood, and seeds were extracted by pressing and having a cold technique where revolutions per minute of the musal over the okhli were less than 15 per minute. Ghani in 1 minute, not more than 4 or 5 minutes. Not more than 4 or 5 circles. So this 4 to 5 circles around Kachchi Ghani extracts oil which is cold. The temperature of this should not be more than 5 to 10 to 15 degrees centigrade. So it is not commercially viable. So there is another technique which is known as cold press technique. In this, we have machines. We do not let the temperature of that oil go up, and temperature ranges between 15 to 100 degree, or maybe temperatures kept less because there are holes in these machines. Now what is different between Kachchi Ghani and cold compressed? Kachchi Ghani employs only wooden blocks. Okhal is made of wood and the musal is made of wood, and it goes around, and this musal and okhal get worn off within 1 or 2 months and new are to be replaced. And the cold press has only stainless steel or steel revolvers, and the difference between cold compressed technology and Kachchi Ghani will always remain. And the oil which is taken out from Kachchi Ghani is lesser in amount, it is thicker, it contains all the nutrients which are required, and it contains the ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 in the same way as should be there in the seeds. Whereas in refined oil, the ratio may or may not be same, I have no idea. In cold compressed technique, if the revolutions of an iron revolver are more, the temperature may go up, and the best yield is by Kachchi Ghani oils. And by Kachchi Ghani technique, we take out oil from seeds of mustard, we take out seeds from till, etc. And even coconut oil is made by these techniques. So just to improve the yield of these, and there are various other methods which are being employed, but the purpose of making this is to make you aware that do not use refined oil, use only oils which are genuine Kachchi Ghani techniques, and you know what is cold compressed oil which is there. And just to promote our Indian traditional ways, just to promote our kisans, just to have a better health, let us spread this message all around. And that is why I have made this video, so that you know what is Kachchi Ghani, and the oil which you are using is generally refined, which has been labeled as Kachchi Ghani as a trademark. You can check the labels and have an informed decision. If you find this video interesting, if you have learned something, I'll request to share it with most of your friends about whose health you care about. So thank you so much, and if you like this, kindly share it and subscribe to my channel for more such updates. Thank you so much.